So the meeting between Mayo and Galway goes ahead, albeit a day later than originally planned. Well, Mayo begin life without James Nallen and David Heaney. Fullback Ger Cafferkeys recovered from a broken bone in his hand. Kevin McLaughlin gets the chance to impress at wing back. It's a new look attack featuring brothers Seamus and Aidan O'Shea, Mark Ronaldson and debutant Enda Varley. New Galway manager Joe Kernan has named 3 league debutants in his starting lineup. Donal O'Neill is at cornerback. Paddy Kennedy starts in the half-forward line, while the highly rated minor Michael Martin gets his chance to impress at corner forward. Porrick Joyce, Matthew Clancy and Fiachra Brannock are all ruled out through injury. Joe Kernan taking charge of Galway for the first time in proper competition. And here's Sean Armstrong, and Armstrong off the left boot, and the first point of the afternoon in Castlebar. Kevin McLaughlin being marked there by Paddy Kennedy. Here's Andy Moran. Andy Moran, super point. Well, Mayo are 3 points to the good. And another threatening chance here as they surge forward. Now Coyne may well have fouled his man. No free though. Picked up here Mortimer. Back it comes to Ronan McGarity. It's high, very high. It's accurate. That's the point of the game so far. Gathered though by Mayo. They're really dominating in midfield in this opening half. The mark called by McGarity, the point scorer. Sends it down towards Andy Moran. Moran very involved in these opening exchanges. And again, Andy Moran doing damage in front of the Galway goal. Tight angle, made no difference. That's a nice score. Here's Niall Coleman. Gives it to Joe Bergen. Bergen does well, being shadowed by 2 Mayo players. Trying to pick out the run of Niall Coleman, who did well to get himself forward. Picked up here now by Seamus O'Shea. Out wide to Trevor Mortimer, who needs some support. Now he has it from Kevin McLaughlin, who'd made a great run from wing back, and McLaughlin takes a look at the post, and that is a wonderful score. Aidan O'Shea gives it to his older brother Seamus, who's surging forward here. Joe Bergen is trying to get back on him. O'Shea inside to Tom Parsons, who found himself in a little bit of room, and Mayo in complete control. Mayo on top in every department in this game. Picked up by Conroy. Now a little bit of room for Michael Martin, who's been very quiet. This might open up here for Nicky Joyce. Well, finally a point for Galway. It's their first score in 21 minutes. Into the final minute of this opening half in Castlebar. There'll be 2 minutes of additional time. 7 points between them. Galway need to finish this half strongly. Here they come again. It's Sean Armstrong, has a look off the left boot, and that's much better from Galway. The 6 between them. Foul there on Andy Moran, and straight away Moran has options ahead of him. Decides to go back though. Here's Seamus O'Shea, who's had a really good game so far. Vaughan, good kick. Varley breaks through. Goal for Mayo. It was so easy. quick thinking by Vaughan. In it went, gathered first time by the league debutant, and he made no mistake. Mayo 113, Galway 6 points. Picked up here by Andy Moore. Donald Vaughan. Ronan McGarity. Don O'Neill manages to win the line ball, gives it to Barry Cullinan. Cullinan losing possession. Now Varley does well to keep that one in, and he's running at this Galway defence again. Flick on by Ronaldson, still there, and a second goal for Mayo, and it's their skipper Trevor Mortimer who just tapped it in from close range. Well, again, all the damage done by Varley. Ronaldson involved there too, and up to Trevor Mortimer. Mayo running Galway ragged, and this could be another chance to score. Drop short there from Seamus O'Shea. Well, Galway have managed just a solitary point in this second half, and a bad challenge there on the Galway debutant Donal O'Neill, and the Mayo skipper is going to get a talking to here by Marty Duffy, and he's definitely going into his notebook. And it's Red, a very dangerous tackle. Mortimer furious with Marty Duffy. Well, it was a high challenge, make no mistake about that. Here's Cullinan. Goes route one in towards Nicky Joyce. Might break here. It does, and Michael Meehan with a goal scoring opportunity, and the man from Caltra fires it into the back of the net. Well, Michael Meehan, without doubt one of the finest footballers in the country at the moment. Wasn't fit enough to start, struggling with some hamstring problems, but just gets a glimpse and goal. He makes no mistake from a tight angle. There's Aidan O'Shea. Still O'Shea, being tracked there by Gary O'Donnell, and he's breaking free here. Aidan O'Shea with his first point of the afternoon. And that's a fine score. Here's McLaughlin. Being marshalled by Decky Meehan. Here's Varley. Ronaldson. Free given to Mayo, and the 2 minutes are well up, and the referee decides to blow the final whistle. Well, this has been really impressive. I think it's fair to say that the honeymoon period for Joe Kernan and Galway is well and truly over. It's Mayo with a comprehensive victory. Mayo 2 goals and 14 points. Galway 110.
I think we were hungry. I think it's the first National League game with the stand fully completed, so it was a bit of a boat first. But we've been going well in training. We've been training hard, and I think it paid off there today.
Certainly disappointed, but you know, it is the first competitive game of the year. Today was the first time we got all the players together, really. But in fairness, we were outplayed and outgunned all over the pitch today.
A brilliant performance then from Mayo as they begin the 2010 season with a 7-point win over Galway. Well, Kevin, since about 4 o'clock this afternoon, you've been smiling here in the studio. A good performance by Mayo.
It was a terrific performance actually by Mayo. You'd have to say from start to finish. Dominated defensively, walked the midfield battle, and very, very accurate up front. 10 contributors all over the field on the scoreboard. So once you have that domination, Marty, you're just going to win it, and they won it very easily. Ahead by 13 at one stage. Serious win in terms of the gap, but it's early days, first match.
I've never seen such a poor performance from Galway. When you consider Joe Kernan going there, I'm sure there's a lot of questions being asked down there tonight.
Joe will probably be asking himself, what am I doing here after this? But I think one of the main reasons, and we'll be talking about it with the rules later on, is that Mayo dominated the middle of the field through getting about 7 or 8 marks, which gave them a lot of possession. And it's one of the reasons why a team, if they use the mark properly, can secure a great deal of good possession for their forward line. So that was one of the reasons, not the only reason. Galway were very, very poor.
Kevin, one of the characteristics of today's game was the long ball strategy from Mayo. They kept trying to find out Aidan O'Shea, although he was well marked by Finney and Hanley. Is this something we're going to see a lot of?
I'm absolutely sure it is, because tactically, you know, the way the new rule has been framed about the smaller, being in the small rectangle, you know, afterwards, this is a key change in the rule. And Mayo tried it, as you said, first half. Finney and Hanley did extremely well, but they kept at it. And this is a terrific goal. I put it in because this guy is on his debut in the Varley. And what I really liked about it was, you know, good corner forwards, get in front, deadly accurate. And Galway had a fair bit of it as well. And Meehan, you know, he came on, he made a huge difference for Galway. So that's the point I'm making in terms of early days for Galway. He scored nearly everything in the second half. But again, a long ball, and we are going to see more and more of that now in all the matches, because once you're in trouble, launch it towards the goal, and that gives everybody an opportunity to get into the small rectangle and continue.